Hey, Reviews and Done. Who's giving you a dose this week?
Happy Friday, all. Once again, it's your boy, Derek Dunn, back with another A1 interview. I have the pristine privilege of speaking with Mr. Markuann. I hope I said that right. Smith?
Markuann.
Markuann. My bad,
Oh,
fam.
no problem.
And he plays Junie on Godfather of Harlem. But as you're going to learn in this interview, this brother's done all type of things in the industry. So I'm looking forward to chopping up with him. And let's get right into it. So first off, my good man, what can fans expect from this season of Godfather of Harlem?
It's a powder keg in Harlem getting ready to bust, man, like dynamite. You'll see a lot, a lot of tension. And Harlem is so magical in this 1966 era after 65, Malcolm met his demise. There's a new cat in town by the name of Frank Lucas. And we're going to see the struggle between Bumpy, Frank, and the Italians all in season 4.
Nice. So you grew up in New York, and as an EP on the show, did you actually give the writers any research tips on like who to reach out to give the show that realism so it wasn't dumbed down and watered down?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it started off in Lennox Terrace. My godmother is actually Margaret Johnson. So Demi Singleton plays Margaret in Godfather of Harlem. And she's the one that used to tell me these magical stories about Harlem. Waking up and walking out of a tenement building, smelling fresh laundry hanging out of a window, or walking past 125th Street, looking up and seeing James Brown's name on the marquee. So, I made her a promise almost 20 years ago that I would get the real story of who her grandfather was, who's Ellsworth Raymond Johnson. So I went to the Schomburg. I had to grab up as much material as possible because there really wasn't anything out there. You might have seen some jet articles on Bumpy in the socialite uh part of the magazine, or I think I went to Ebony. Ebony had little things about Bumpy. He had some self-published poetry, so I had to really dig real deep. So when the writers' room opened up with Chris and those guys, I was able to present, a lot of the material that we could use for the show.
Yeah, man. Bumpy Johnson's one of those characters. It's just there's so much history there. I mean, shout out to Bill Duke and Hoodlum
Yeah,
when Lawrence Fishburne played him.
yeah,
I'm glad Frank Lucas is coming into the show, who Denzel played. So I'm looking forward to where you guys go this season.
yeah. It's an amazing journey to know where we came from season 1, seeing the collision of civil rights in the underworld, to watching Malcolm, meet his demise in season 3, to where we're at right now, and seeing the merge of the Black Panthers.
Now, your brother is one of my favorite MCs from the early 90s, Mr. Father MC.
Yeah,
So you had a chance to get exposed to that, that early 90s New Jack Swing vibe when it was really
yeah,
up. Shout out to Uptown Records and RIP to Andre Harrell.
yeah.
So who were some of the people that you got to meet on tour? And who was like that one where you kind of geeked out that first time in meeting?
You know what? At the time when we were on tour, it wasn't really about egos. It was about a bunch of young kids just trying to leave their neighborhood and and just see something different. I think maybe who I might have geeked out with probably was like LL Cool J, and that's like 2 generations above me, right? But our first tour was with Candyman, Troop, High Five, Second to None, AMG, DJ Quick, Salt and Pepper. So they were all on the come up. My brother came out in 1990. And matter of fact, we just left Sacramento. We performed with Jodeci and In Vogue. He's still performing. We're about to do D Nice's Club Quarantine in Baltimore, and possibly the Essence Festival as well too. So just growing up in that era where, to me, music was just so melodic, and people danced. They didn't just stare in a wall and nod. It was really an amazing thing. And for him to be able to introduce people such as Mary J. Blige and Jodeci, and allow them to be on his platform, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, shout out to that 90s hip hop and that 90s R&B. It's a movement. And if you weren't there for it, you guys missed something. I mean, I was only like 8 or 9, but I
What
remember
a time
how
to be alive.
dope it
What a
was.
time to be alive, man.
All right. So in addition, man, you've been in movies like Poetic Justice, Juice, worked on the Chappelle Show. What were those moments like for you?
Well, my background was I started off as a roadie, right? So for your audience that doesn't know what a roadie is, we did all the grunt work that everybody else didn't want to do. First one off the bus, last one on. So Myself and a friend of mine who's no longer here by the name of Tupac Shakur. He was a roadie as well for Digital Underground, and Trutch was a roadie for Latifah. So we had this camaraderie that we just came together, and me and Pac stayed cool for quite a while. He was the one that introduced me to being in Juice, calling up Ernie Singleton. And it's crazy because it's a 360. Ernest Singleton directed a episode or two on season one. So being able to be in front of the camera, that was my love, man. I love being creative, and it was a passion of mine from watching movies as a kid to where I'm at right now.
Yo, all right, so you speak on movies, and I take it you're hip hop head, and you're from the Big Apple. So I gotta ask, man, which one you hit and play on first? Beat Street or Crush Groove?
Ooh, I would say Crush Groove. And I like Beat Street. I love Beat Street, but I would say Crush Groove. Crush Groove really kind of like showcased the life story of Russell Simmons to me. And hanging around Russell and Andre and seeing what those guys did and have me involved, and it was just like watching that on the screen.
Yeah, Crush Groove the same. I'm primarily for the New Edition cameo, but yeah, Beat Street was cool, but it was just a little bit more Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah. I see
And
what you're
Crush Groove
talking
was a little
about.
bit
Yeah,
more from the gutter, in
yeah.
my opinion.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. So you've done it all. You've acted. You've been a roadie. You've been a host. You've been a producer. What's the one word you would say would describe your career and overall?
Entrepreneur, never giving up, man. I see, it's so much you could say. I never had a plan B. I've always had a plan A. And if you really look at life, it was something that Marlon Wayans just said the other day that we have more years behind us than we have in front of us. So I tell everybody you could chase your pension or your passion. It's up to you. And I decided to chase my passion.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule to chop it up with me. And when can fans expect to start to see season 4 of Godfather of Harlem?
Oh man, what we on? Today's Friday, Sunday, April 13th, MGM Plus. Check it out, Godfather Harlem season 4.
All right. Thank you again, sir.
Hey, what's up? This is Ludacris.
What's up, y'all? This is Nicki Minaj.
You're rocking with the best. It's Reviews and Done.